Hey there folks, and welcome back for another shaving video. I'm your host CDB, you are not, and today we're going to use Catie's Bubbles Purple Grapefruit. We have a tremendous giveaway from Timeless Razors that you're going to want to stay tuned for. We're going to, of course, use the Timeless Bronze, which I love. It is fantastic. We're going to use our Stirling 2-band synthetic, which I love, and a little bit about the Catie's Bubbles Purple Grapefruit. If you're a fan of lavender and grapefruit, this thing is just awesome. It is a great performing soap, and we will show it to you today. So stay tuned while I wet the face, and we'll come back and get right to it. All right, and here we go with our Catie's Bubbles Purple Grapefruit, which is a fantastic soap. It is really, really wonderful. I think Catie's Bubbles makes the best vegan formula soaps. I could be partial to them. But I just really appreciate their vegan offerings and just about all their offerings. I don't always like the scents, and I certainly don't like the way he names his soaps. That's sort of a joke. Of course, he names them with all these exotic names that often I can't pronounce. That's sort of a running joke. I don't really care. But it is fun to poke fun of. Look at the lather on this Catie's. It is tremendous. And the scent is absolutely superb if you like lavender and grapefruit. Really nice combination. And this brush is killer at $11.99. I've talked a lot about it already. But it really is a winner, in my view, from great people. So everything I'm using today, great people all around. You can buy with confidence from all of them. And we're going to roll again with the Timeless Bronze, which I have been very impressed with, and I did make the decision that I will purchase this guy because it's remarkably efficient, given the blade gap isn't what my 0.95 is. I can't remember offhand what this blade gap is, but man, it's just super smooth. That would be the way I would characterize it. And of course, you've heard me say that a dozen times in the other videos I've made, but it is true. And that's exactly what you want. Smooth, it's exactly what you want in a safety razor, or any razor for that matter. You want it to be tough on your beard, but easy on the face. And this guy is certainly that. And it's beautiful. And for a premium offering, it's not that expensive. I think it's 120 bucks, which again, it's a lot of money for a razor, but it's going to last you a lifetime. In terms of premium prices, though, that is not in the realm of premium price. It is premium quality in my estimation. It is a great price, however. And so, I've been very pleased with it. And the folks at Timeless are great folks. I'll talk a little bit more about them when I come back for pass number 2. Stay tuned. All right, and here we go, pass number 2. That first pass was just absolutely superb. Soap, razor, and brush, just performing beautifully as expected. Anyway, the folks at Timeless enjoy, I'm told, a tremendous response. Questions, purchases, all the rest. Matt has told me, you know, when I do these videos and I happen to like one of their products, they enjoy a tremendous response from you folks. And as a result, you know, they do send things at times that I'm able to give away to you folks. And today's giveaway is spectacular. I'm just going to tell you. So when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I'll roll it in here shortly. But it's thanks to you all that I'm able to give these things away. And it actually costs me money as I have to ship them, but I'm happy to do it. Because one, I get to look at it and see if I'm going to buy it or not. Like, for example, this bronze razor. So it benefits me in that regard. At least I get to try it before I either send it back or give it away. And two, gives me something to give away to you folks who are loyal viewers. So I thank you for the response. And thanks, of course, for watching. All right, boy, that is super smooth. Soap is fantastic. Razor is fantastic. The blade, by the way, is Astra. It is a really good, smooth blade for this razor I have found. It's a pretty good blade for me, for just about any razor, but it's like butter for this particular razor. I've noticed it's a little smoother even than the feather. The feather blade is a great blade, but it's not always as smooth, at least out of the gate. Sometimes that blade has to tone down a little bit. Takes a shave or so. But this one right here is smooth right out of the gate. And I must tell you, the soap is fantastic. So I do encourage you to check out Catie's Bubbles, because he makes great stuff. We'll talk a little bit more about him in pass number 3. Stay tuned. All right, and here we go, pass number 3. A little bit about Chris Cullen. I think he's coming up on year 5 of soap making. And he has an anniversary, I believe, soap coming out, which I'm sure I'll buy if I like the scent. I don't buy everything he makes, and the one thing I really like about Chris is he knows me, he knows what I like, and if I ask him, you know, about a particular scent, he'll be like, you don't want that. You know, he says it outright, you don't want that. And I really appreciate his honesty, his integrity, the way he does business, the quality product that he puts out. And again, I don't agree with everything he does, and sometimes I'm sure he doesn't like some of the things I say, particularly when it comes to, you know, the high price aftershaves and cracking on essential oils and all that. But I will say his is one of the aftershaves I will pay that money for, and I'm going to use one today. But anyway, I really appreciate not only the product, but the way he does business. Because he's not in your face, he doesn't spam every shave group 1,000 times a day with ads, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying I like it. I like the way Chris does it. He'll sort of float it out there in 1 or 2 places, his own Twitter, his own Facebook page, and sort of leave it at that. And the rest of the promotion is done via the customers, you know, talking about it, making videos, shave of the days, what have you. He does it, he's not super aggressive with, you know, getting it in front of your face constantly. I like that. He could be more aggressive, and I'm sure if he was more aggressive, he would probably have more sales. On the other hand, he'd also get on some folks' nerves. So the other thing is, he doesn't claim that every soap he's ever made is the greatest he's ever made, the most epic, the most wonderful. And so, you know, again, he just sort of puts it out there and lets you come and find it. Occasionally, we'll drop an ad in a group or 2, but it's not over the top. It's not overdone. To me, it's the right balance. You'll see it, but it's not in front of your face like constantly. And I say that not only for me, but for many folks who email me weekly, and I get a ton, believe me. And we'll discuss, you know, things privately if they want to share things with me privately, and sometimes I'll talk about it in the video because they're afraid to say it publicly, and I'm not. I'll just say whatever, you know. I try to be fair, but, you know, I call it like I see it. Anyway, some people are bothered by super aggressive marketing, and I usually tell them, yeah, I do understand it. Yes, it gets on your nerves, but, you know, on the other hand, these are people trying to make a buck, and there's no rules against it in these Facebook groups, or if there is, I'm sure they comply with whatever rules there are. So, you know, live and let live, and buy from the companies. Here's my advice, ultimately. My best advice for folks who are put off by super aggressive marketing: buy from the other companies who don't perform that sort of aggressive marketing. Go Shannon's, go Catie's Bubbles, go Stirling. There are all sorts of companies you can find. So instead of complaining about it, of which I do too, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm voicing it now. Buy from these other companies. That's really the solution if you're bothered by it. And again, I want to be very clear. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I do think it can get on people's nerves, but I mean, they're out there competing. And if you're out there competing, it's hard for me to criticize you. And that's sort of the way I look at it. Buy from the folks that you appreciate. That would be my advice. And then, you know, let the chips fall where they may. All right. There was an excellent 3 passes. I'm going to roll in the giveaway footage right now, and then we'll come back and do the post. Stay tuned. And for giveaway this week, we have a beautiful DOP type bag from Timeless Razors. And I don't know if that's coming across how beautiful this is, but it really is excellent craftsmanship. Beautiful heavy-duty leather, very robust zipper, and of course it's got the Timeless logo there. This is up for giveaway this week. And by the way, this is made by the Amish folks of Holmes County, Ohio. So you know the craftsmanship is absolutely superb, and you can tell by feeling it. I can tell you that right now. So in order to enter for this particular giveaway, email me and tell me you want to be entered for the Timeless giveaway. Also, if you want to follow Timeless on Twitter or Facebook, let me know and I'll give you an additional entry. You're going to want to enter this week because this thing is really fantastic. I believe they retail it for $155, which is quite expensive, but that's what you pay for fine leather working, and I think this certainly is that. It is wonderful, I can tell you that. So I hope you'll check it out. I hope you'll enter, and please go check out Timeless, who, of course, made this giveaway possible. All right, and you saw that awesome giveaway from Timeless. Thank you, Matt, at Timeless, for that. I'm sure our viewers will appreciate it. Of course, we're using the Magic made by Witches. Thayer's Witch Hazel. And of course, we'll show you our Catie's Bubbles aftershave. Before I do, let's talk about this guy. This is my smoothest shaver. I think I've had it a couple of weeks. I wondered initially if I just loved it because it was new, but this is my smoothest shaver. It caught me completely by surprise, as I thought I needed a larger blade gap. This one works perfectly, and it is a premium razor at in my view, a very good price. Timeless Bronze, check it out. Of course, we had the Catie's Bubbles Purple Grapefruit, one of the best vegan soaps out. Well, let me back up. Actually, one of the best soaps out there anywhere, as far as I'm concerned. He makes a great product. I like the way he does business, and so I will continue to buy from him. Of course, you know about Stirling here. This is a fantastic little brush. Absolutely love it. $11.99 at Stirling. Go get one is my advice. All right, and let's finish this guy out with Catie's Bubbles Tonsorium, which you see here. And there's some good stuff in here. Let's see what we got. We got alcohol, lavender hydrosol, white willow bark extract, chamomile, fragrance menthol, and some other stuff. Very good stuff. These do run you a little more, but most of his aftershaves, or a good portion of, are scents that are unique to him. So you're not going to find, for example, I have not seen this particular scent anywhere other than Catie's Bubbles, this Tonsorium. So for that reason, and of course it's good stuff, I will buy it. This is sort of one of the very few exceptions that I have for spending $20 or more on an aftershave, because I just won't do it generally, but I will do it in the case of Catie's Bubbles because he has unique scents. It is very good stuff. And last week, or the week before, I'd used the LMR and the aftershave, and the lady at a drive-thru was like, "What are you wearing? You smell great." And it was LMR. So today it's Tonsorium, but it is great stuff too. So we encourage you to go check out Catie's Bubbles. I thank you once again for joining me. Until next time, let's help the entire world shave great once again.